if we weren't working or something in school, we were playing golf. A lot of times we go out and have a family foursome. And you don't get hurt much playing golf. And I still play at my age, so not near as well, but...
So it would be...
Well, I think because of the older brothers, and she would see us playing all the time, and we got her started. The other sister, Nancy, she had gotten married, but she played in the team matches at Phoenixville and was quite active in it, but then she started raising a family and got transferred around the country a little bit. But Ree was always interested in it, and she played junior golf, and I don't know whether you read in the agronomic book what she did in the Philly Amateur. She had a stellar record in that, and I have the Philadelphia magazine here that I could show you. She's on the cover, and I know she was supposed to play, well, she did play Alice Gray in the finals. And I'll never forget George Fazio, the pro. He said that poor kid don't have a chance against Alice Gray because she just won the state amateur, and she was a medalist in qualifying, and it was a 36-hole match, and I think Reed beat her 7-6. And then the following year, I think she lost in the finals to Dottie Porter, but then the next year she beat Dottie Porter, and she had beat Helen Sigel Wilson. In fact, in that, the four that were in the semifinals, it was Glenna Collette Bear, who really didn't know who she was. And I said, well, she's the top amateur in the country. She had won 6 amateurs in a row. But she was up in years, and the other two were Sigel and Dottie Porter. And she beat Bear, and then she beat Porter in the finals. And then 2 weeks after that, she got married and was moving up to New Jersey. And she had a stellar record up there.
Coming back.
Well, it was a fellow there, Bob Powers. He started it up. Evidently they had a golf team before, and then he started it up. It's nothing like it is now. We would drive to the tournaments and all of us in one car, and the fellows from the football team would be caddies and things like that.
Against them.
I played with them as partner. We've won a couple tournaments together, Better Ball, and played with him socially. He came up to Phoenixville and played a lot. And I played in quite a few tournaments over at White Marsh, where I had more success. One member's guest over there and things like that. And I socialized with him, and he was solid.
Solid.
Yeah, he's a solid player. I think Bill Hyndman was far and away the top amateur at that time that ever came out of this area until Jay Sigel came along, and I don't think anybody's going to do what Jay Sigel has done. He was just a super player, and he worked at it. He worked at it all year round and everything, and socially I knew him well, and I played against him several times. I beat him. Anytime I beat him, I felt pretty good. And one of the things that I always remember is that's when Peg Burnett and Woody Platt were running them, and we were playing down at, I'm not sure the course now, but it was Burning Tree or Congressional. But they asked me if I would mind playing with young Billy Albertus. He was the junior champ in Philadelphia, and we would go off first or second. And because I knew his family, the Albertus family, and I know we started off, and here's the youngest guy there. He birdied the first 2 holes, and then I think we halved the par. Then I had a bird, but we played two of their top players and beat them real bad, and I think they were surprised that this young fella, Billy Albertus, came out of the woodwork. But I played in the North-South tournament several times.
Was that during the 50s?
Yeah. Got my picture in the cover of a Golf World.
Did you really?
Yeah. With Billy Hyndman, and the fellow that beat me was Dr. Taylor from California. He was a dentist out there, and he won the state amateur and California more than anybody, including even Tiger Woods hasn't won it as many times. He was a dominant player out there. Committee that ran all the tournaments and everything, and they were strict as you could be. The biggest insult you could play a golfer over there was raise his handicap. They would have a committee that met once a month to take care of all complaints and everything. And if they saw someone wasn't playing well or something like that, they wouldn't raise. They would raise their handicap. And then if they wanted a hearing, they'd give me a hearing, and the guy would say, well, my wife ran off, or my daughter's pregnant, always making all sorts of excuses, so they wouldn't. It was an insult if you had your handicap in that. Right. And after the tournament was over, they'd have a big meeting of all the players. And the captain, he would call out anybody that it was out of line or anything like that, and address them down in front of everybody. And it was real strict. And all the rounds, a foursome, if you went over 3 hours and 15 minutes, you were told about it. Everybody moved, everybody knew the rules, and it was great just the way they handled it over there. They didn't take cursing or didn't throw a club or something. You were called down for it. A lot different than it is here.
That's a time.
And I guess the second or third year I played there, they called it the Open. And they had a lot of Ryder Cup players come down from, which they always did, they come down from England and Ireland and Scotland. And I won it at the time, and I didn't realize that you got an invitation to the British Open. And I guess it was the same year that I played over in Nairobi. They had the first Kenya Open in Nairobi. And I think I came in, I was low amateur, I know that, but I know Malcolm Gregson won it and Peter Thompson came in second. And because of that, I got another invitation to the British Open and to the Carling Open that we were having up in Canada. And I didn't realize, but then they got I wasn't going to go and play in them anyhow because I was going from hot weather and all the expense and everything. And I know in the British Open, I found out later that the first half of the field didn't break 80 because of the weather and everything. I think it was up at Troon. The funny thing is when the PGA here in this country found out I was playing over in IKOYI over in Africa and got invitations. They sent a letter to the club complaining that I was American, taking their place, taking their spots. And I had the captain from IKOYI send a letter back that I was playing in an amateur, had no intention of going up there and playing.